Looking for Madden 21 Ultimate Team coins with fast delivery? IG Vault has the cheapest and most reliable coins on the market. Click the link in the description and use coupon code SPORTS for 6% off your order.
What's up, YouTube? It's Duke back here from sportsgamers.com. Today's Madden 21 tip video, I'm going to break down an unstoppable two-play run combo that absolutely destroys the meta run defense right now, or really just any sort of defense you're going to face online that's popular. This two-play run scheme will easily kill it. So you can find these two runs. It's from the I form, and it's going to be the H slot. You can find this from several different playbooks. Personally, I think the best one to use it from is the Raiders, because the Raiders just has a lot of good other runs you can audible to, and you can also scheme around it really good in the Raiders. So what we're going to want to do is set our audibles to the stretch alert bubble, and then also the dive alert bubble. Now, this formation, believe it or not, actually does have some decent passing plays too. So guys, if you want to see some passing breakdowns to go along with these two runs, give me 250 likes on this video and we will drop it for you guys. So obviously you can just come directly out in this formation and run the ball if you want. But what I personally like to do is I like to just go ahead and, I like to go ahead and come out in a formation from the Raiders playbook, whether it's bunch tight end, trips tight end, whatever, and just put a running back in the slot, because then you can just actually audible down and you can just run the ball. When you see them come out, and everybody, the meta defense right now, the 3-5 wide, people are even audibling down from the 3-5 normal to get 3 safeties in the game. And what they're basically doing is they're using the Mike Blitz 3 a lot of the time. So I'm just going to move the ball back so we have some room to work with. Guys, just a reminder, if you're enjoying my content, make sure to subscribe to the channel and also give us a like on the video. It really does help me out as a YouTube creator, be able to continue to do these videos for you guys. And as a reminder, in the meantime, if you're looking to get better at Madden 21, I post all my offensive and defensive schemes and tips and ebooks on sportsgamers.com. You're definitely going to want to check it out if you're looking to become a better Madden player. I would recommend subscribing to the Madden Vault. We do 4 to 6 tips every week, premium tips. For example, earlier today, I dropped the best cover 2 bombs in the game, as well as the most detailed breakdown on how to destroy cover 3 post-patch. It is some must-watch material. You're not going to want to miss it. It's only $12.99. It's very cheap and a great way to support me if you like my content. So, getting into this Mike Blitz 3. Everyone pretty much is running this setup right here, where they use the double Mabel, the hard flats, and then they just use the linebacker and look to blow up the runs. Well, I'm going to tell you guys right now, when you audible down to these two runs, the bubble and the stretch and the dive, you absolutely kill the 3-5 wide. Whether they try to shift their D-line, whatever, you're going to destroy this. So let's look at the stretch first. I would say I do prefer the stretch because it has a little bit more big play potential. But as you guys see here, even though I have a running back at fullback because we audible down, you see that we're able to get outside and have an absolutely huge lane to work with. See, most people, when they see this, will try to shift their line to the strong side of the formation with the tight end and then just shoot the gap. But this is not a run that you can shoot from this 3-5 wide, which your user, as you guys can see here, he gets picked up. And there's really no vulnerabilities to this. So now it's just the tight end getting the edge and then our fullback. And now we're one-on-one with basically the last line of defense to get a touchdown. But even as you see here, even though we were not able to get around him, I mean, we still have about 10 to 15 yards before anyone's even in the vicinity to really make a play. So, I mean, this is an absolutely great run play, and it's going to give you guys a lot of success. So I just want to show it to you again against this defense. This time I'm going to pinch the D-line just to show you that it really doesn't matter whether they try to shift it or pinch it or even just keep it the same. We could do the whole pinch defense look. Really doesn't matter. This stretch play just is extremely effective against the 3-5 wide. I would definitely run the stretch anytime you see them pinch or even shift. It doesn't matter. I will say, though, if they like to spread their D-line out, I would definitely recommend doing the dive alert bubble at that point. Now, the good thing about this is the dive is going to attack the middle. The stretch is going to attack the perimeter. And while the dive might not get you as big of yardage, it definitely is going to allow you to at least, keep them honest and, pick up that solid 4 to 5 plus yards that will keep the chains rolling. So again, if you see them spread their D-line out, I would definitely go with the dive because you're going to get a good 4 to 5 yards on that pretty much every time. Whereas if you see them try to shift their D-line or even just keep it pinched, I would definitely go ahead with the stretch. It's just common sense. Dives work better when they're spread out. Stretches work better when they're kind of more bunched up in the middle. So you guys can see every time I've run the stretch, I've gotten great yards. All you really need is a fast running back to make this work really well. This scheme is also pretty good because they can't run commit it. So if you see them try to run commit, which, they might get frustrated, they might run commit. That's what I really like about this is if they do, you just throw that bubble screen and, you're going to have a big play, if not a touchdown, off that as well. Like I said, give me 250 likes on this video and you'll actually see some actual passing plays you can audible into as well. But the bubble is always there if you do see they run commit to hit them with a quick dot. Now, as I said, you don't have to audible to these runs. I mean, you could just literally just directly come out in them and they're super, super effective. I do want to show you guys that it's not just, I know everyone seems to be running Mike Blitz 3 right now because people think cover 3 is so good post-patch. But, I mean, they could also just be running man coverage because a lot of people are running man coverage right now from this and they just shade down. And this is going to kill this as well. In fact, I feel like this is even more effective against man coverage because the way man coverage aligns, it just absolutely, there's no way they're going to stop you from getting to that edge against when they're in man coverage. And the other thing about this is a lot of people spy their safeties when they're in man because, obviously feel like that's going to be better run defense, right? Because the safeties react better when they're in spies than they do in deep zones. Doesn't really matter. So you guys can see here, the guy still gets blocked and we're able to actually take this to the crib. I want to show you guys the replay of this because last year spies were so OP against the run and they still are really good this year, but there's some runs in the game where the spies tend to get blocked every time and by the lead blocker, and this is one of them. This formation, the fullback just does a really, really good job if they do spy their safety. See how he just attacks him? We're able to get around that edge for a big, we have just an absolutely huge hole here, and we're able to get around the corner. And we are, at this point, we are off to the races. As you guys can see, we're literally, I mean, if you look at it here, believe we got a touchdown by a good 5+ yards of separation. And that's not fluke. That will work pretty consistently. I mean, you might not get a touchdown every single time or anything, but you definitely, with this look that they're giving you, can get consistent yardage. So let's just do it again. Again, you guys can see here. That time, see, the safety cut outside of my fullback, so I cut up the middle, and still 5 or so yards. So another pretty common defense from this 3-5 out there is the Mike Blitz 0, as you guys know. Mike Blitz 0 is basically cover 0 that they'll shade over the top. Still does a really good job, as you guys can see here. Get that guy blocked off that edge, and now we're pretty much one-on-one with the safety again. You're seeing that we can get by that last line of defensive safety. We get touchdowns. Even if not, though, he doesn't even really get into the play until about 10 to 15 yards downfield. So you guys do the math, and it's going to be great yardage either way. Now, again, remember, if you do see them spread out their D-line, I would definitely go to the dive. It's going to be hard for them to get in there against you on the dive because they have to contend with the lead blocker. So I would definitely do that. While it's not going to be as big of yards, you will still be able to get a nice, 4 to 5 yards minimally. Another common defense, the last one that people are using a lot from this 3-5 wide, is the cover 4. The cover 4 is actually a really good defense. It has some matching principles built in for zone, and it definitely is great coverage, and it still does stop the run really good. But like I said, this formation is just almost like the 3-5 wide's kryptonite. The way it blocks is just perfect, as you guys can see there again. It's great blocking. If you spread them out, the line again, I would recommend going to the dive. Now, cover 4, the safeties do react better against the run, so you might not get as much yards on the dive. I mean, still got good yardage there, but it's very consistent. They can shift their D-line. Again, doesn't really matter. And we're even going to shift our line left this time. We haven't done that yet. I mean, I know you're probably thinking, like, why would you shift them left when you're running right? Well, guys, trust me, people will shift their line every which way to try to figure out a way to shoot in the backfield, and it's just not going to work. bad run stick there. I should have really honestly had a touchdown. Now, I know you're probably wondering, okay, what about if they run a different formation, like 4 down, like a 3-5, will, the 2-4-5, the double A gap, the big nickel over G, just something different. Well, this 2-4-5 double A gap, the cover one hole, that's another meta defense right now. And it absolutely destroys that too. I mean, I definitely personally would never run something like this against this formation. I pretty much would always run myself for run either 3-5 wide or maybe big nickel over G. But just to give yourself a different look, as you guys could see, I mean, I'm not even going to go score there, but you guys could see, I mean, the blocking was just outstanding. So I'm going to get on the D tackle, and I'm just going to show you guys how it works one more time. Here we cut it more up the middle, get about another 5-6 yards. So you guys can see, worst case scenario on these runs, I'm getting 4 or 5, 6 yards. Now, if they spread their line out, like some people will do a lot from this formation, just again, run the dive. You might not get as big of runs as we almost cribbed it there, but it will be effective nonetheless. I want to show one more example. Let's do 3-5 well to kind of just mimic something a little bit different. This is more like a double A, or I'm sorry, not a double A gap, but a 2-4-5 type look, maybe a big nickel over G, just something a little bit different. Again, you're going to see that these runs are just so effective as we almost get another crib shot there. That was with the line pinch, which a lot of people do from big nickel over G. However, if they spread them out or just keep them, the way they are, again, the dive would be a great call right up the middle for that good yardage. So, again, these runs are extremely good against the meta defenses right now that people use to not only stop the run, but the pass as well. You can find them in many playbooks. I do prefer the Raiders personally. I just think that the Raiders, if you want to run the ball, have the best complementary formations to not only run, but pass in the game. If you're more of a passer, there are some other playbooks that have these runs that have more passing options, but if you do like running, the Raiders is probably going to be your best bet for these runs. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember, give me 250 likes on this video, and I will drop some passing setups from this formation as well that you can mix in with these runs, whether you want to come directly out in them or audible down to them, doesn't matter. Till next time, it's Duke, and I'm out of here.